Mercury is in retrograde from February 17th to March 10th. I don't really know what that means, but I'm in my feelings. I don't know why, the stars, the planets, I don't know any of it. But I've been really emotional lately and reconsidering my entire life and wondering who I am and what I'm doing, and I'm a mess. I'm an absolute mess. Since this is my channel and my blog on learning how to adult, that it would be the perfect week to explore self-love. How do we practice self-love? How do we love ourselves, and how to grow and feel all the good things and positively deal with our feelings. Welcome back. It's Sophia Eats Pizza, not eating pizza, but learning how to adult, learning how to do all the things and trying to avoid a millennial crisis. Every month we tackle a different subject. January was mental health. We're in relationships now. March is going to be finances. But what I realized is that I've been talking about relationships with other people, but I haven't talked about relationships with ourselves. And that is the most important relationship we have. When we don't love ourselves enough to honor our commitments, to stick to what we do, that is when we have to take time to reflect and go into ourselves and ask ourselves the hard questions and figure out, why aren't we doing the things that we said we were gonna do? Why aren't we feeling good? Why are we instead deciding to smash pizza and drink bottles of wine instead of tackling our issues? Even though I'm feeling really sad and in my feelings and not creative, I am showing up for myself. In the past, I have dealt with issues in a very unhealthy way. I would drink, I would party, I'd go out, but I don't want to do that anymore. I said that I wanted to make changes in my life, and 2020 Sophia is here to do things the healthy way. I scoured the internet, I talked to friends, I talked to my mom, who was always incredibly helpful, and I have come up with 10 tips on how to practice self-love. Tip number 1, put the wine, tequila, whatever it is that you do, down. You can't think with a foggy mind. That's escapism. Instead of dealing with our issues, we're just numbing ourselves down. There's a great expression that I love. It's drink because you are happy, but never because you are miserable. And that really speaks to me because it reminds us that alcohol is not a mood fixer. It's great when you're already feeling great, it's fun, but if you are relying on that to resolve your issues, it's not going to. That's something that I'm learning. That is something that I'm working on this year. Tip number 2, I've been talking about the Enneagram on my Instagram story for the last few weeks. So if you're following me, you've definitely seen this, but it is like a personality quiz, and it assesses your personality and it gives you a lot of information about yourself, and it is scary accurate. I am a type 8 wing 7. What's up? Very aggressive, very dominating. We don't like being vulnerable, which I find ironic because I am trying to be vulnerable with you guys, but that is me actively working on myself. Take some time to figure out what triggers you, what speaks to you. Sit with your feelings. Why am I feeling the way I'm feeling? Why am I feeling inadequate? Why am I feeling like a failure? Sit with those emotions, process them. Take the time to figure out who you are. A lot of us are so caught up in who everyone else wants us to be, our parents, our family, our friends, our partners, that we don't figure out, what do I want from myself? Who do I want to be? Who am I? Take that time to be alone. Take that solitude to grow. Tip number 3, learn to say no and don't feel guilty about it. You don't owe anyone anything. If you don't want to go to the party, don't go to the party. If you want to save your money, stay home. Don't talk to anyone. Don't see anyone. That is perfectly okay. You don't have to feel guilty about saying no to anything that you don't want to. However, are you saying no because you don't want to go out and you want to be with yourself, or are you saying no because you are shutting down from the world and withdrawing? That is what we are talking about in tip number 4. Know the difference between withdrawal and positive alone time. I am very happy alone. I love being in my solitude, but I have realized that there is a difference between being alone and shutting out the world because you're too overwhelmed. If you are sitting at home and you're journaling and you're meditating and you're focusing on your growth, that's good. That's healthy alone time. But if you are doing what I was doing yesterday, which was lying in bed, listening to The Weeknd crying and just sitting in toxic thoughts, that's not healthy. You can't shut yourself out that way because you're gonna internally destroy your mental health. It's okay to ask for help. It's okay to reach out to people. My next tip, so connected to what I just said, tip number 5, talk to someone. I have a really great group of women who I lean on, and I have my friends who hype me up, and I have my friends who talk me off a ledge. But 9 times out of 10, it is my mom who always saves me, who is willing to listen, who doesn't judge, and I am so grateful for her. Recently though, I've been opening up to the idea of getting a therapist because I want to have someone listen without judgment and without me worrying about, well, it's my mom, I don't want to tell her things, or my friends also don't know what they're doing, so why should I tell them? But I think everyone needs therapy. Honestly, I'm not judging. We're all a bit, oh, you know? So it's okay to seek that, and there's becoming a lot more affordable options. I'm linking a few down here for you guys. Goodtherapy.org suggests therapists in your area that work on a sliding scale if you don't have health insurance like me. And there's also websites like joinblush.com that one of my friends suggested. It has affordable life coaching. So if you feel like you need that, go for it. I think I might, and I'm okay with that. I'm not embarrassed about that, and neither should you. Tip number 6, cry it out. I come off as really tough and strong, but I'm a crier. In the space of my bedroom, I just let it go. But I do think there's a difference between spending all week in bed crying and not getting anything done and positive, productive crying. At some point, you have to stop wallowing in your self-pity, which is what I'm working on. We're getting there. It's happening. I'm filming. I'm making my video. I'm sticking to my commitments. I'm not letting my tears get in the way of me being productive. So, cry it out. Allow yourself to feel the feels, but keep going. Tip number 7, get your body moving. Exercise releases endorphins. It makes our body feel good. Even if it might not necessarily change your mental state, at least you will feel physically better. When you get around and you get up and you get moving, your body reacts to it. It's hard when you're feeling down to convince yourself to get up and go to the gym or go for a run, but it will make you feel better. Sometimes self-care Sunday means 5 miles outside, and that's okay. Embrace that. Allow yourself to release whatever you're feeling in your body with movement. It will help. It will make a difference. Tip number 8. Clean your space. My apartment was disgusting last week. I had trash building up all over there. I had dirty dishes everywhere. I didn't clean. I couldn't clean. I wasn't in the headspace to clean. And because my apartment was dirty, I felt dirty. I felt messy. So I had to make the decision that I was going to clean my space because I wanted that to signal to my mind that I was done being messy. I wanted to clean up the clutter. It feels good. Something about looking at a clean house makes you feel better. I was pleasantly surprised with how therapeutic sweeping was. Just sweeping away, I almost felt like I was sweeping away some of the clutter. Tip number 9, come back to your routine or create a new one. I spent a lot of time creating a positive morning routine, and I did not hit my routine any day last week. I woke up, I meditated, I journaled, I did my gratitude list, I went to hot yoga, and I already felt a positive change. It is hard to come to the things that feel healthy and positive when you are in a negative space, but no one is going to do it for you. No one is going to pull you out of bed and tell you to work on yourself. It is something you have to consistently do. I actually have to do the things that I talk about. I have to follow the advice I give on my blog because I don't know what I'm doing. I'm figuring it all out. But if I keep telling everyone, this is what you should do, but I'm not willing to do it, then I'm fake. And I don't want to be that person. I don't want to be inauthentic. Everything that I'm talking about and learning in this channel, this blog, is everything I want to work on for myself. So we are doing it. In 2020, we are working on ourselves. We are growing. And tip number 10, get outside. So I picked a date, I scheduled it, and I told myself, I am hiking, rain or shine. Wednesday, catch me in the mountains. How about that? I'm going, I'm gone. I need to disconnect. I need to be outside where all of my problems are just gone. Being in fresh, clean air clears it all out. You're just reminded that your problems are a blip in the whole span of the universe. Self-love is a constant journey. It's a process. It is not enough to talk about it. It doesn't matter how many blog posts or videos I do on it if I'm not actually practicing it. I have feelings of inadequacy, I have feelings of guilt. I wonder if I am enough, if I'm doing enough, if I'm ever gonna achieve anything in life. And I get really in my head. I get really heady. So I know that if I want to grow, I have to keep working on myself. I have to be willing to honor the commitments I make with myself. I have to show up for myself. Why are we so easy to forgive others, but not ourselves? Why are we so accepting of others, but not ourselves? If the sun and the stars and the moon and Mercury in retrograde have you feeling all types of ways, I am giving you and me permission to let that go. We're letting it go. We're allowing ourselves to be happy, to remember that we are worthy, that we matter, that we are valuable, that we can, all the things. I am very glad that I got through it, that I did it, and I appreciate you all tuning in. It has been a great 2 months. It has been a lot of learning for me, and it is just gonna get better. I really appreciate you all. And in my feelings, like I said, but thank you. Thank you for watching and embarking on this journey with me. I'm really excited for next month. We are talking about finances. I am going to learn how to budget and do my taxes and do all the adult things. So tune in, keep watching. I'm linking a bunch of things down here for you guys, the Enneagram quiz, the book that I'm reading called The Sacred Enneagram that's really helping me with my personality and my wild stuff that I'm dealing with. And also my blog. I have a lot more on my blog for you guys. Please read, please subscribe. If you enjoy the content, give it a thumbs up, share it, comment, tell me how you practice self-love. I will see you next week. You can follow me on Instagram at Sophia Eats Pizza or head over to the blog, sophiaeatspizza.com. We made it. February is done. Mercury will be out of retrograde March 10th. We got this.